We back with another one. So let's take a look at this black lady who says she only dates Brads, but she's complaining about her being fetishized by Brad. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it rolling. You know how we go. Hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. That's where the real channel go at. I haven't even watched this.
There's one experience where, one kid told me that, hey, I can't marry you because my dad said that it would be a bad business idea if I married a black girl. I experienced fetishism where these young men would come home from their missions and, we're so excited that they served people who are predominantly black. They see me and they're like, oh, yes, this person I want to be with, but not really. They just wanted to kiss a black girl or check off a list. I remember getting to a point where there were guys that would date me and I would just say to them, hey, do your parents know that you're dating someone who's black? He was like, no, why would it matter? And I was like, go and tell your mom and then let's talk. 2 days later, he came back and was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that my parents had certain sins. Remember, there's one experience.
Like I continue to tell y'all, man, a lot of the brothers that opted out of the sisters, man, I didn't used to understand it, but the more women talk on TikTok, the more women talk on the internet, I get it. I get it. I get it. If these are the type of women that y'all coming across, only dates white guys and don't have a problem with continuing to cycle through white guys and keep getting pumped and dumped. You got to understand, she didn't call them a bullet bag. She didn't call them deadbeats. She didn't call them any slurs. But if Tyrone or Brandon was doing her like this, do y'all understand? Do y'all understand? Do y'all understand? We would be getting cooked. We wouldn't been called by our names. Nada. Even though she keeps just getting pumped and dumped and be used as a fetish. Even though the parents said no, it will be a bad and like it or not, marriage is a business deal. Like it or not, marriage is a business deal. It is. And she keeps shooting and shooting and shooting for more white guys. I'll tell you this. I was this girl I wanted to talk to. I used to work at Amazon some years ago. And she ended up dating this white guy. I was in a relationship, but I'm like, when I did get single, she's dating with this white dude. All right. Women have to post everything on social media. So apparently he had his fun with her, used her 20s up. She got to 30. She complaining on social media about how she wanted to get her egg cracked and she wanted to get pregnant and all this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? He pumped and dumped her. He used her and he probably went on to marry a white girl. And now she's just single. No dude, and she wanted to be a mother and all that, and it didn't happen. But then, in that same scenario, if a brother did, he used your 20s up, he used your prime up, and they don't have the same ill will when it comes to the others that they have for the brothers. And that's just the God honest truth. They don't have the same ill will. A lot of women. And a lot of brothers don't have that ill will. A lot of these brothers get with these women, right? These white women, and they be racist. How do you vet a woman? How do you vet a person and not know she racist? I'll say this to this sister right here. At least she was aware. At least she was aware. At least she was aware to the fact that she knows that she will never get chosen. She's aware of that. She's aware that Brad won't be her. Now she gonna keep trying insanity. But the thing about it is, the Brad that she wants, she not gonna be able to get. And to be honest, she probably not even getting the Brads that she really find attractive. A lot of times, they get this jacket to black men about dating Big Becky, right? But a lot of the black women, they date the bottom of the barrel white guys. They're not dating the upper echelon bad guy. And if they are dating them, it's just they're just getting sexually fetishized. They just getting pounded. I'm telling you, they're just legitimately getting pounded. That's it. They pound them out. They use their womb. They do all the sexual fetishes they have. They get rid of them, and then they go marry a white woman. We all know that's the case. We all know that's the case. Tell me I'm wrong. But at least a lot of the black men that marry Becky or marry outside, they're getting married. They're marrying them. But it's a different type of dynamic because I'm going to tell you the difference. The difference is the power of your penis, and how black men treat black women and how women in general. Black men are trained to treat black women or treat black women in the community. They can't be wrong. They pedestalize them regardless. They treat them. They treat them as number one. They treat them as number one. Don't forget that. So when they start dating Puerto Ricans and white women and in their community, they women don't put them number one. They don't put their women number one. So not only do they fall in love with the sexual, not only do they fall in love with the sex, they fall in love with the treatment. They fall in love with the treatment. They fall in love with the treatment. Let me tell you that. They fall in love with the treatment. They get waited on hand and foot. And most of the women are trained. Most of the women are trained to be wives. So a lot of them brothers getting femininity. And then you treat her number one. That's why it worked. Now you got some women that they get digmatized. They get digmatized. And they stick. But one thing about Brad ain't getting coochie matized. Men don't really work that way. Yeah, dudes do get strung out, but Brad ain't strung out that far to do that. But she's going to continue to date white guys. I'm telling you. And I keep telling y'all, start asking these women you date. Stop being a coward. Hey, did you ever date white guys? You ever date white guys? Mark my words. More than them have dated white guys that have sex with white guys. Or just flat out put it on the floor. You slept with white guys before? A lot of them have, bro. That's one of the biggest mysteries. Why you think a lot of black women have an issue with black guys dating out? It's a possessive thing, but a lot of times they have a big issue with it because they sleep with so many white guys and the white guys don't be cuffing them. The white guys just use them as sexual fetishes, get them diseases, call them all racist names during sex. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Be trying to tell y'all, man. And she ain't say, "Oh, I'm giving up on dating Brad." No, that'll happen. She gonna come back apologizing to black men and being with black men. That's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's gonna happen. Mark my words. That's gonna happen. But part of her like being fetishized by white guys. I'm telling y'all, part of her like being fetishized by white guys. I'm telling you. Part of them like being fetishized by white guys. They like it. It's a turn on. And you know what's so funny about it? The vagina don't lie. The vagina don't lie. Let me say that again. The vagina does not lie. When they be saying those dirty, dirty words to the woman, she get wetter and wetter and wetter. She get more turned on, more turned on, more turned on. I'm telling y'all what it is, bro. You will be surprised on the things that the average woman like in bed. that dark and nasty stuff. That's what it was. That 40 Shades of Grey, whatever it was called. Dude, that's what they want. And it'll blow your mind. They like being choked. They like being pulled. They like being picked up. They like being thrown around. That shit about Shannon Sharp, BSD, Jim, MG, what they call that shit. Dog, that's what they like. I don't hate to say it because I love to share the game. I share more of this game on Patreon. Have you really had the full autonomy? You have full autonomy over a woman's body? It's bananas. And that's even before you started to talk about getting into any sexual thing. It's the touch, the feel, the words, the how you dominate them. That's I already know. Her willing to double dutch and continue to get hit by the jump rope and get nicked by Brad, and her still willing to jump in. She like it, bro. I'm telling you. She likes being that little slave that master comes sneaking to the slave quarters and come knock her shit down. She like it. That's her. I'm telling you, the way she allowing these brass to flip her, that's what she likes. And y'all be surprised, like a lot of y'all just some OT talk and be surprised and be like, damn, well, I couldn't keep this woman, or why did she cheat, or she don't feel sexually satisfied. Like I said, a lot of times it got nothing to do per se with what you working with. A lot of times these women are just that cynical when it comes to sex. They love to be dominated. I'm telling you. And I say this on the page. I'm saying get the Patreon. It's on link in the description. I'm telling you, I'm gonna love it. That's why I tell y'all, the more aggressive, the more passive you are, that's why they pass up on passive guys, because they don't think you can take control in the bedroom. I just leave it at that. Hit the link in the description, join the Patreon, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Love to hear your thoughts. Peace.